continue talking, you do want to get into a little bit about the hum, and I too actually find that very interesting, because there has been a lot of writers out there. I remember reading an article from I'm not sure if you're aware of Jeff Wells. He writes a blog called Rigorous Intuition.
Okay, yeah.
He wrote a few articles about that hum too, and connected it with even with the beehive and all of this. Seems to be an incredible study behind this, and the hum also, I guess, connects even with people that take entheogens, everything from ayahuasca to psilocybin mushrooms to peyote and stuff like this, and of course there seems to be a connection even with what you're talking about, what we have been talking about here today, with the EMF weaponry, and there are some that even saying that people actually can trigger similar experiences with electromagnetic frequencies that you actually have on drugs, and this might be a reason for why some people have weird experiences as UFO sightings or whatever, but actually they're experiencing something that is very similar to ayahuasca or some kind of drug use, and that's interesting. And I don't want to take all your time here, but tell us about the hum and what's your take on it. I just wanted to lay out those few anecdotes or a few references that I've heard about this hum. But what's your take on it?
Well, the first time that I really got a clear experience of it was, I was out with some friends one night, and I came home late. And when I got home, it was quiet. Most of the lights were off in the house. In fact, all of them were off. And I turned a few lights on. Now, considering that they could monitor such things as electricity usage in a household by the little meter that ties back into the electric company,
mm-hmm.
As soon as I turned a few lights on, maybe not even after a minute after I did that, this thick hum came over the house. And along with the hum came all the, controlled effects, as they call it in their military documents. I started hearing the voices and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't going on beforehand.
Hmm.
So, and then it was the whole, then I had that hospital experience that I talked about in the last part one of this interview.
Yeah, yeah.
Where that thick hum came over the hospital. And even before that, I would feel this strange kind of energy around me.
Mm-hmm.
When it was happening. But later, after I became more aware and started to be able to hear this hum, anytime I was getting hit with anything, that hum was on. Now, we're talking about how specifically they can target an individual. Well, sure, they can target whole populations.
Yeah.
And after 9/11 happened, I started to hear the hum on once in a while.
Hmm.
But it was not like there was anything specifically directed at me.
Mm-hmm.
Little things here and there. I've had one experience that's real. That was kind of very strange. I'll get to that a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But to stay on the topic with this hum, it would be on once in a while. But as soon as 2003 rolled around, it just cut out there. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard it cut out a second. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, when 2003 came around and the Iraq War started, I started to notice that this hum was on like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
It would come on sometime. I was noticing it was coming on at like around the prime time when everybody be watching their televisions.
Mm-hmm.
Say maybe, I guess anywhere from 5, 6, 7 in the evening, but usually it was 7 in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would play up to maybe, I would hear the hum up to maybe 9, 10, 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 12 o'clock. It was, sometimes it was, on one of those numbers, but most of the time it was maybe 7 to 12, 7 to 11, 7 to 9, somewhere in there. And then, because a lot of times I would stay up late, I would notice it would come on somewhere around 3 a.m. And then play up into the morning time and shut off. And it was like that every day.
Really?
Clockwork. And then here we find, Jim Keefe talks about this in his Mind Control, World Control book. But also, there's something that in Begich's book, Controlling the Human Mind, he has this, let me find it here. There it is. He has this report that he mentions that came from the Interfax news agency in Moscow, where there are these conclusions that were put together by the State Duma's International Affairs and Defense Committees. And this was about HARP. And it says in this little paragraph right here, the committees reported that the USA is planning to test these facilities, or test 3 facilities of this kind, meaning the HARP antenna. One of them is located on the military testing ground in Alaska, and its full-scale tests are to begin in early 2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there might be the connection right there. Do they in any way specify, in towards in what area or even how they're gonna test it?
They go on to say here, the USA plans to carry out large-scale scientific experiments under the HARP program, and not controlled by the global community, which, the whole global community thing, well, they're doing it in the national realm, so we need an international realm to control things, which just goes no power to the global system.
Yeah.
Kind of beat you back and forth that way. It goes on to say, we'll create weapons capable of breaking radio communication lines and equipment installed on spaceships and rockets, provoke serious accidents in electricity networks and in oil and gas pipelines. And then here in bold, Begich puts out of this article, and have a negative impact on the mental health of people populating entire regions.
Okay, sheesh. Oh my god. Can you believe these morons? What the heck are they doing, Well, sheesh.
I suspect what they're doing is that in tandem, along with, everything else that's going on, they're trying to keep people dumbed down, maybe by doing that in an agitated state.
Yeah.
So if you can vibrate the human mind and the body and get it at this certain frequency, you can start shutting down certain faculties of the mind. And I think that maybe the reason why we're seeing, in America, I know from just living here, that there's this sort of, this malignant apathy.
Oh yeah. That's the same here, man. I can tell you.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I know when I hear this hum, I'm more prone to get agitated more easily, aggravated. My girlfriend, will pop up sometimes in the middle of the night and just wake up. And usually if I'm up at the time, that's when the hum comes on.
So you might be even awakened by the hum itself?
Yeah, well, I think what's happening is it's definitely still running. I definitely still hear it at times. It's not on that clockwork fashion. It seems to me that they're kind of backing it down for some reason, but it might just be because I'm not trying to listen to it all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not tracking it all the time. Plus, I got my computer running, and if there's something else running in the house, and that kind of masks me from being able to hear it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But
So,
I mean, if they're hitting people with this stuff and they're sleeping, it might keep people from getting that deep rest that they need.
that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
And I hear a lot of people lately, even myself, everyone that I'm in contact with, they're not sleeping as good as they used to.
Yeah. That's rings a bell here. Yeah, I have been sleeping pretty bad actually in a way, but
Yeah. Yeah, me
that's
too,
interesting.
and pretty much everybody else I talk to about it.
Yeah. Shush.
So I mean, sleep deprivation is a big part of getting people in a certain energetic frequency where we're shutting down.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And exactly. And there can be so many different facets playing into this. Again, as you say, I mean, this harp or this electromagnetic frequency that is going out over, either huge areas around the globe or even around the entire globe. I don't know. I mean, in the end, I don't think we know exactly all the effects of HARP, or at least I don't know it. There might be people out there who actually do know it, like Nick Begich. But I know that they recently, I think they quadrupled the energy going up to the HARP array up there in Alaska, and more energy is going in. And I've also heard that HARP isn't the only facility that is around. I heard that there are other ones around the globe also, and if these work in unison in some way, connecting like a grid, this could actually be something that is vibrating around the entire globe. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's part of the plan here, is to create this matrix type of energy system with these frequencies around the whole planet, so that you could manipulate whatever they want, whether it's the weather, whether it's the minds of people, create cataclysms, earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, whatever they want.
Sure, exactly.
And then, of course, there's the other delivery systems that we talked about before, so the cell phone towers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I did want to bring that up because you mentioned the WAN towers, the cell phone towers. Then we have all the Wi-Fi connections, at least over the big city areas, But
exactly, yeah.
But if that would be the case, you think that is something that might be, it should be on all the time. But it's interesting that you say that you pick up on the hum just at specific times. To me, that implies that there is something, potentially then something other than these standard devices or technologies around. So it might be, the HARP device or whatever. And if they are, manipulating with a bioelectrical field of the human body, as you say, this might upset sleep. This might make people more, as you say, more docile. There might even be more, apathy, as you say. The apathy is rampant, and this in return, of course, would be so much more easier for them to keep people, dumbed down, apathetic.